Welcome, folks. If I could have your attention, please, we'd like to get started. Please secure your phones and turn them off so you can give your full attention to our 9 speakers today. Welcome to chapel. We have an exciting week ahead, and many parents and friends will join us this Friday and Saturday. We have an auction fundraiser for the school on Friday evening, and parents will join you for classes on Saturday morning. Next week's chapel will be our Alumni Leadership Day. You will hear more from our alumni and development leaders about the logistics and the history and the background of the award and how our recipients are chosen. It is our highest alumni honor, and you can see the list of previous recipients on a plaque outside of my office in Fuller Hall. This year we are honoring Taro Kono from the class of 1982. Taro went to Georgetown after graduating from Suffield and then returned to his home country of Japan. He will share details about his remarkable career in public service and government. Taro is now Japan's Minister of Digital Transformation. He has had many high-profile professional roles, including Japan's COVID-19 vaccine rollout czar, Minister of Consumer Affairs and Food Safety, and Minister of Foreign Affairs and of Defense. Taro and his wife, Kaori, will join us for several days on campus. They'll attend some classes and have tours and join us in the dining room for meals. It will be Taro's first visit back to campus since he graduated in 1982. Because I will not give introductory comments at next week's event, I wanted to mention that our head of school search consultants who are helping us with the search process for Suffield's next leader in 2027, Bob Vitalo, Lisa Parsons, and Todd Bland, they will be on campus for various meetings and discussions with students, faculty, staff, and trustees on May 1st and 2nd. You will hear more details about their upcoming visit in the next few days, but I wanted you to know they will be here. Last 3 students tomorrow will serve as head of school for the day. Their families gave them this opportunity by supporting our school in previous Suffield auctions. The goal is for them to learn a lot as they meet various leaders on campus and gain insight into how certain aspects of community life are planned and executed. The students are Campbell Hudkins, Naos Dankinet, and Konstantin Georgopoulos. Mr. Regal is organizing the various details, and I will attend parts of their classes tomorrow as well. Today's chapel program will begin with comments from Isa, and when Katie concludes, you will be dismissed for G period. Welcome.
Hi Suffield, my name is Isa Zajac and I'm a 4-year day student from South Windsor, Connecticut. I truly believe that the people around you are the people that impact you the most, and I want to take this time to thank my friends and family as they have made me the person standing in front of you. To my friends, Sydney, Julia, Liv, Devin, Karis, and Colette, thank you for being by my side through everything. Each of you has shaped my life in such meaningful ways. You've made me laugh, shown me kindness, offered guidance, and helped me grow. I'll always be grateful for the love, support, and memories we've shared. To my mom, I don't know where to begin. You have always been there for me, and I know you will continue to be for the rest of my life. I wanted to thank you for doing literally everything for me, and for being someone I can come to no matter what I'm feeling. You have always been on my side, even at the lowest points in my life, and have offered advice that has shaped me to be who I am and where I am today. I will forever miss coming home every day to you saying, "My sweet Isa's home," with the most enthusiasm as it always makes my day a little better. To Dad, thank you for pushing me to be my best self, even when I give you a hard time. I know the hour-long lectures you give me are only to help me, and although it may not seem like it, I do take a lot from what you say. You never fail to put a smile on my face, and your willingness to do absolutely anything for me is something I cherish deeply. I couldn't ask anyone better to call Dad. Alexa, although you're supposed to look up to me being the older sibling, I honestly look up to you more. Even though we are 4 years apart, I've learned so much from you. Your ability to light up a room with your jokes and laughter and create friends everywhere you go is something that I envy. I truly believe that you're one of my biggest supporters, and I will miss you randomly coming into my room to hang out. You're the most determined, kind, and caring person I know, and I can't wait to watch you grow up. Alina, I am so thankful to call you my sister. From a young age, me and Alina have always been mistaken for twins, and when we were younger, I would always take that as an insult. Now that we are older, I've realized that being called your twin is the best compliment that I could receive. Always being in the same school as you has been the biggest blessing, as I have always had someone to share every part of my day with, whether it has been good or bad. You're the kindest and funniest person I've ever met, and if I could give you one piece of advice, it would be to never let anyone tell you or make you feel like you are less than you are. Whether you realize it or not, you're an amazing friend and sister, and anyone that gets the opportunity to be as close to you as I am should consider themselves grateful. I will miss you so much next year, as it will be the first time we are truly apart, but always remember that I am just a phone call away and will always be there for you and Alexa. Before I end my speech, I want to take a moment to thank all the teachers who have supported, challenged, and believed in me throughout these past 4 years. You have each played a part in shaping my education and helping me grow, not just as a student, but as a person. And to my advisor, Mr. Owens, thank you for being a constant source of support and encouragement. Your kindness, patience, and unwavering belief in me have meant more than you know. I'm so grateful to have had you in my corner every step of the way. Thank you, Suffield, for shaping me these past 4 years into something unforgettable. I will carry these memories, lessons, and experience I've gained here wherever I go. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Serrato, and I am a four-year senior from West Hartford, Connecticut. Some of you may or may not know that I have a younger sister who is a freshman at Southfield. Frances and I, being a few years apart, grew up running in the same circles, but would have never considered each other a friend. When she decided to come to Southfield, I was unsure what my senior year would look like. I thought that Southfield, the place I had called home, was about to become a very different place, with my sister walking the same halls. But little did I know the impact this year would have on our relationship. Sure, the first few weeks were rocky, as she would stop me on my way to class and ask me what I was wearing when she didn't like my outfit. But as the weeks progressed, we began to connect over the people and events we now both knew about and shared. Frances and I began to willingly spend time together as we told each other what had happened that week and talked about friends and classes. This year bonded us together like I could have never imagined. I can't even begin to think about not being at school with my sister next year, but I know we'll keep this bond even with the distance between us. Thank you, Southfield, for giving us this opportunity. Even though I won't be a few dorms away from you next year, I am always a phone call away. I love you, Frances, and I can't wait to see what the rest of your high school years have in store for you. And to our biggest supporters, Mom and Dad, thank you for allowing us to have the most amazing life. There is truly no one like you guys. Mom, you were my biggest role model and loudest cheerleader. Dad, thank you for always pushing me to be my best and never allowing me to give up. I love you both, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without you two. And to my grandparents, thank you for playing such a vital role in my life. I love you all. And to my teachers and friends, especially Mrs. Sassoni and Mrs. Can, who always welcomed me into their office with open arms. Thank you for making my Southfield experience so special. If there is anything you take away from my speech, hold your siblings close and cherish the minutes you spend with them. You won't regret it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Park and this is my third year at Suffield. Standing here today feels surreal. It's a moment I've seen others go through but never imagined for myself. Now that I'm here, I want to use this time to talk about someone who has had a profound impact on my life, my grandfather. He has always been my greatest source of inspiration, not because of any wealth, success, or accolades, but because of how he lives his life with humility, kindness, and unwavering values. He's the kind of person who makes everyone feel seen and cared for, and growing up, I wanted to be just like him. From a young age, he taught me many lessons, but the one that has always stayed with me is simple: appreciate what you have. He never meant just the big victories, but the everyday blessings, the warm meals, the people around us, the opportunities to grow, and even the setbacks that shape us. He used to tell me nothing in life is guaranteed, so don't wait until it's gone to be grateful for it. At the time, I didn't fully understand what he meant, but over the years, especially during my time at Suffield, I've started to get it. Whether it's a late-night conversation with your friends in the dorm, a tough practice that tests your limits, or a small act of kindness from a classmate, these are the moments that define us. And too often, we only realize their value once they're behind us. My grandfather's voice still echoes in the back of my mind, reminding me to slow down, to be present, and to never take anything or anyone for granted. So today, in a world that's constantly telling us to look ahead, I just want to pause and say thank you to a couple people. Thank you to Mom and Dad for always being by my side through everything, I love you guys more than words can say. Thank you to my advisor, Ms. Can, for your guidance and constant support. I would not be standing here without you. And thank you to my friends and everyone who's made these past years unforgettable. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alexi Volkov, and I'm a four-year boarder from New York City. When I was younger, I was a sassy, opinionated girl who always had something to say and always thought I was right. But when it came to making real decisions for myself, that confidence disappeared. Growing up with two older brothers, I got to watch a lot of choices play out ahead of me. I saw what worked for them, what didn't. But my parents never pushed me to follow anyone's lead. I had space to try things, to explore. That freedom was a gift, but sometimes it felt like pressure, especially when the choices weren't about picking cereal or what bow to wear anymore, but the ones that shape you. The social decisions, the emotional ones, and of course the big ones, like college. I used to get frustrated with how long I took to decide things. I think, why can't I just pick and move on like everyone else? So sometimes I didn't. I avoided choices altogether, thinking no decision was safer than the wrong one. That only worked for so long. Eventually, I had to face the decisions, slowly and with help. The next part might sound like gratitude, and it is, but more than that, it's about how I learned to move forward. My mom was a voice in my head when I felt pulled in 100 directions. She reminded me not to make choices just because someone else was watching, not for praise, but because it felt right. In the middle of all this second guessing, she helped me start listening to myself. My dad is why I can laugh at the fact that I take 40 minutes to decide on dinner. But beneath the jokes, he's taught me that progress doesn't come from waiting for certainty. It comes from showing up, with dignity and effort, even when things feel unclear. To my grandmas, your strength and warmth taught me it's okay to feel deeply and live with heart. And to my grandpas, who I carry with me every day, I hope I'm making you proud. Not because I do everything perfectly, but because I try to do it with care. And my brothers, Tyler and Zach, you gave me the best path to start from. One I followed for years until I was ready to figure out my own. You taught me their strength in knowing who you are, and just as much in admitting when you don't. Watching you navigate life gave me the courage to trust myself. Here at Suffield, I was lucky to be surrounded by people who didn't expect me to have it all figured out. Mrs. Can, you made me feel like I had a place here, even when I wasn't sure of my place in anything else. And Mrs. Sabatelli, thank you for reminding me that pausing isn't failure, it's reflection. And sometimes, the win isn't in making the choice, it's in realizing you can. To my friends, past and present, whether we grew together or grew apart, you helped me understand who I am and who I'm not. But the biggest shift was personal. It came when I stopped seeing my indecisiveness as a flaw and started seeing it for what it really is, proof that I care, that I think. Being indecisive means I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm honoring what matters. Sure, it's frustrating and maybe a little dramatic, but it's one of the ways I've come to understand myself best. So today, I stand here knowing one thing for sure. I'm thankful for the choices I made, the ones I didn't, and the people who helped me make sense of it all. Thank you, Suffield.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Max Dashevsky, and I'm a three-year senior from New York City. For as small as Suffield is, there are a lot of people I'm sure I've never said hello to, and it is a little strange to be up here, in some ways saying goodbye. For those of you who I know, you can probably tell it takes me a while to get the hang of a new place or new people. I definitely have some sadness that as I just got the hang of this place, I'm pretty close to packing up. When I interviewed at Suffield, I told Mr. Atkins and the admissions team that I was looking to find the best version of myself. I felt a bit lost in New York City, and the separation of COVID really punctuated that. So I was lucky enough to be pointed in the direction of Suffield from some family friends, and from the moment I stepped on campus and talked about Christian Wilkins and Michigan football in Mr. Can's office, during my interview day, I knew that I was home. That is not to say the beginning was easy. Those first few weeks were a struggle. I had left home having just learned that my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was lonely and in desperate need of someone to tell me that I had made the right decision. No one ever guaranteed me of anything other than there was no shortage. of people at Suffield who cared about me, fulfilling my desire to find the best version of myself, whatever that was. While I'm deeply appreciative to all my teachers, administrators, and other staff members, I wanted to express my special thanks to a few of them today. Mr. Can, you changed my life. Letting me attend Suffield and the invitation to become Suffield's live stream sports announcer has opened doors that I may have never opened myself. You gave me the literal and figurative doorway to finding my voice, which I've carried over to so many parts of my life's journey. My heartfelt gratitude is indescribable. I cannot wait to see how you attack these last few years of your Suffield stewardship. Mr. Pence, you had the good fortune of dealing not just with my quirks, but my father's emails and sometimes borderline aggressive interactions. Thank you for not letting me slip through the cracks and for giving me and my family the benefit of your experience at Suffield and how to trust its culture and process. You were my advisor, economics teacher, and one of my bosses on the baseball team. Thank you for everything. Mr. Sedian, your energy in every interaction propelled me for years. The football team that you allowed me to be a part of, in a very small way, was the entrance to a world that I will treasure more than you can appreciate. Thank you for teaching me about the game and for allowing me to talk your head off about football recruiting. To you, Mr. Stone, Mrs. Dugan, Sweeney, and Mr. Bolio, thank you for knowing when I needed help and academic support. You have inspired me to pursue my dreams in football, Mr. Sedian, and I hope that I make you proud wherever it takes me. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank Ms. Salatelli. As someone who has not always been best equipped to manage a long, formal process, for me, the college application process was daunting at times. You not only became my most reliable partner toward my future, but you also became my source of motherly love here at Suffield. Thank you for the care that you always showed, even when you had to gently prepare me for a negative outcome. As for those of you here, thank you. Be it my friends, fellow team managers, my dish crew and everyone in the kitchen, the JOS, the teams, all the coaches, our athletic directors for letting me do what I do, and everyone else. You are all a part of what has made my 3 years at Suffield the best years of my life and a peaceful getaway for a crazy outside world. I will always wish for your success and happiness. As I look back at my original goal of finding my best self, in some sense, I think I failed at that, but that's okay. Suffield has taught me not to find the best version of myself, but rather how to be a person that is in constant pursuit of that unattainable being. Suffield taught me that the goal is valuing the journey, the struggles, and the victories, and to be comfortable and confident in your true self while doing so. I love this place, and I'm forever ever thankful, knowing that whatever comes next, I am better prepared for, thanks to what we have all built here at Suffield. Before I conclude, I would like to take a moment to thank my family. Mom, Dad, Isaac, Brian, and Stella, and Sheldon, our dog. Thank you all for pushing me to be the best version of myself, and for always being there to support me and pick me back up when I get knocked down. You all mean the world to me, and I love you guys so much. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Holst. I'm a 3-year senior from Review. I've been dreading this day for a little while, wondering what I wanted to talk about, and I decided I'll just talk about something meaningful and somewhat funny to me. The only time I've ever seen someone break a windsurf mast. Now you may be saying, it doesn't sound too impressive. A windsurf mast is fiberglass and built to withstand an extreme amount of force. Most of the time when I windsurf now, I'm out in winds that are much stronger than on that fateful day. Let me set the stage. It was the first day I've ever windsurfed. 2 of my friends and I were being taught by an instructor out on the water in front of my friend's house. It was pouring with rain and a solid 20 knots of wind, which roughly translates to 23 miles per hour. And I had never set foot on a windsurf board before. I didn't know any better. I climbed onto the board to go on my merry way. And as soon as I got moving, I did what most people do on their first time windsurfing, fell. and I fell a lot. I fell so many times I forgot how many times. I lost track. I think I may have fallen in every way imaginable. Bear in mind, this was really embarrassing because I was with two of my friends, and as any good friends would do, they were laughing their butts off at me every time I fell. Because that's just what good friends do, right? So I fell backwards, forwards, sideways, every possible position, every possible way, until it happened. I fell, my knee landed a glancing blow on the fiberglass mast, and it just shattered. It broke. It broke into the little strands that fiberglass is made up of. And my friends just burst out laughing because, you know, your friend fell on something and broke it. And it's kind of expensive. What's funnier than that? So they just started laughing even harder than before. The instructor looked at me puzzled because he's never seen anyone do this before. I am the first. I have what some might say a talent at breaking windsurf equipment on my first day. You know? I lost myself. But in the years since that fateful day, I've yet to replicate this amazing feat. However, it has become a running joke with my friends who were there that day, and as good friends do, they never let me live it down, because why would you ever let somebody live something down they did like 5 years ago, right? And no matter how many years have passed since that fateful afternoon out in Elise Harbor, and I'd like to thank some people. Thank you to my parents, of course, for supporting me throughout everything. Thank you to Mrs. Tassoni for helping me get into good colleges and supporting me through the college process. Thank you to Mr. Pence for supporting me my entire time here at Suffield, even when I've not been the greatest at communication. Thank you to my roommates over the years. Both of you have supported me a lot, and I know that you've both been paid in appropriate amounts of food. All my teachers and all my friends, both home and up here, all your support just means the world to me. Final message, live your lives to the fullest without regret. Remember, sometimes it's better to risk having to apologize than to ask permission. Jump on board and ride. If it breaks, apologize and try again.
Throughout my 4 years here at Suffield, high school has felt like living in two different worlds. Many of you see the external side of Zuri, but none of you know the internal side of Zuri. The real Zuri. The Zuri that goes to the corner store for cheesesteak platters, or the Zuri that is the glue of her family. Going away so far from my family and moving to a whole different environment alone, not knowing anyone while learning how to be independent has not always been easy for me. There's the world you all see, where I walk down the hall, say hey, laugh at jokes, and clock tea. Then there's the other world, the world where things aren't always as easy or simple as they seem on the outside. The world where I must be strong and stay hungry for more. The other world is something I don't bring up as much because this is the world that motivates me to strive for better. One world requires strength and the other world requires vulnerability. Instead of being the arm that everyone tends to latch onto, this world here at Suffield provides many arms for me to latch onto. Living in different worlds has taught me how to adapt, how to listen, how to care, because I know what it feels like starting from rock bottom and learning to rebuild yourself back up. While facing the challenges of both worlds, there are many people who have provided guidance and assistance along the way. To my grandma, I appreciate everything that you've done for me, always saving me from getting in trouble and just being the superwoman. I wouldn't be half of the human I am today without your encouraging and powerful words when I feel like giving up. I love you, and I wouldn't trade our bond for a seafood boy. You'll always be my superhero. To my Aunt Brittany, thank you for being my dance partner during COVID and for always DoorDashing me, and most of all for Kenzie. To my Uncle Chum, thank you for having my back and for this opportunity. I love you both, and I promise to make my actions louder than my words. To Kenzie, Makai, and Kiam, my little loves, I love you all so much, and I'm so glad and blessed to be someone you can look up to, and someone you can call whenever you need someone to protect you. To my sisters that I never had, Tammy and Kibongi, thank you for having my back and always being loyal to me. Thank you, Key, for being a big sister to me and taking me in your family when I felt like I had no one. I love you and your family dearly, and I appreciate everything that you and your family has done for me. I couldn't thank you enough, and I'm super grateful for the Bennett family, including your dog, Bear. To Tammy, my little sister,
Words can't explain our bond, our laughs, our singing sessions, or our nail dates. Everything. I'm so sad that I have to leave you behind, but I know you'll be a beast at anything you do. I love you both so much, and thank you for always letting me be myself around you and never giving up on me, and always helping me see the light in things before I give up. I don't know what I would do without you both by my side. To the Warrens, thank you for everything, taking care of me when I needed you, and just being my family away from home. I'll miss you next year. And to Miss Cook, thank you for always letting me cook ramen at your house and for your endless love and letting me be myself no matter what. I'll miss you and I love you. To my mom, no matter what, no matter how much we fight or no matter what happens to our relationship, I love you and I appreciate all the hard sacrifices that you've made for me and my brother. I couldn't thank you enough. To Mr. Sony, my queen, I love you. Thank you for everything, the college process, always having my back, wiping my tears, and just being the mom at Suffield that I need sometimes. And always remember, don't let your environment change your dreams, and don't let it be a reflection of you. Some may say we already won because we're here at Suffield, but this is only a start for the better finish. Stay locked in. I'm Azariana Crudup. I'm a four-year boarder from the place with the best cheesesteaks. Thank you for listening.
On March 22nd, 2025, I had to face my biggest fear, public speaking. Let me set the stage. It was the 175th annual Jack and Jill Eastern Region Team Gala. I had a reputation to uphold for my family and chapter. I had to walk on stage, look out at a crowd of over 2,500 people, and tell them who I was and where I planned to go to school. The entire night I was freaking out, wondering how I was going to get up on that stage. I went through every excuse in my head, but I realized there was no way out of it. It's now 10:37 p.m. and it's my turn. I step up to the mic and I freeze. Over 300 seniors had spoken at that point. I was exhausted. I just wanted to go to bed. I tried to speak just to say something, anything, but no words came out. I finally squeaked out my name and my parents' names. Then I froze again until I started hearing claps from the crowd encouraging me on. That gave me just enough strength to say the schools I was interested in, and I got off the stage. Immediately after, I just wanted to cry and hide in my hotel room. I felt so disappointed in myself. Why couldn't I just get it through without freezing, and why did I embarrass myself? But in that moment of self-doubt, my mom was there. She told me how proud she was of me, and how she couldn't imagine getting up in front of that many people. And then something shifted. I realized. I did it. I got up there and I said something. I faced my fear, even if it wasn't perfect. I was still embarrassed, but I started to feel something else. Pride. I had genuinely felt like I was meeting my death walking up those stairs, and even though I didn't say everything I wanted to, I still said something. That matters. I've learned that to grow, I have to get out of my comfort zone. I did that at the gala. I've continued to do that at Suffield, especially in my role as head waiter. When I applied, I knew I'd have to make announcements at lunch, and it felt like the perfect opportunity to challenge myself. And even though I still try and duck out of giving announcements sometimes, I really enjoy the job. It's helped me grow. I'm constantly reminding myself that growth is not linear, and that I need to give myself grace and time to see results. I also want to thank some of the people who have helped me along the way. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Warren for your constant support, especially Mrs. Warren for being the most supportive advisor. Thank you to the Suffield Academy varsity volleyball team for welcoming me, and to my friends for always being there. And to my family, none of this would be possible without you. You've been with me since day one, through the good days and the bad. I will always love you. Your support has helped me give this very speech. My name is Garvey Elise Johnston. I'm a four-year senior from Farmington, Connecticut. Thank you.
Hi, Suffield. My name is Katie Karen, and I'm a four-year senior from Suffield, Connecticut. At the start of my time here at Suffield Academy, I was extremely shy. Talking to new people was a terrifying prospect, and I got nervous every time I had to make a phone call or order dinner at a restaurant. Coming to Suffield was exciting, but it was also overwhelming. I remember walking onto campus freshman year and feeling like everyone else already knew how to be outgoing, confident, and social. It seemed like I was the only one who struggled to find her place and figure out how to navigate this new world. I felt like I was a step behind everyone else and unsure of myself in most social situations. It wasn't one big moment that changed everything. There wasn't a lightning bolt or a dramatic breakthrough. It was a series of small, meaningful experiences that began to chip away at the fear I had been carrying. It was a class discussion where I finally spoke up and realized that my voice mattered. It was a friend who encouraged me after a tough day. It was teachers who saw potential in me and pushed me just enough to step outside my comfort zone. Suffield gave me both space to grow and people who believed in me before I believed in myself. I started to discover aspects of myself that I didn't know were there. I learned that I could lead, that I could speak in front of others on a large scale, that I could make new friends and even help others become comfortable too. I began to realize that I wasn't just part of this community, that I can contribute to it in ways that I hadn't even considered. Most importantly, I learned that I wasn't alone in feeling like I didn't have it all figured out. So many of us were quietly struggling with the same feelings of uncertainty and self-doubt. It was comforting to know that the journey wasn't something I had to take alone. The idea of being here today, giving this speech, is something freshman year Katie dreaded, and yet here I am, feeling confident because of those who have supported me along the way. Thank you to my family, Dad, Mom, Jack, and Lily. Thank you for being my constant source of strength, for believing in me through every challenge, and for encouraging me to be brave even when I was scared. I wouldn't be who I am today without your love and guidance. Thank you to my teachers, my advisor, Ms. Rafferty, my college counselor, Ms. Tassoni, and my wonderful friends for always cheering me on, lifting me up, and helping me become the person I am so proud to be today. If it weren't for my journey at Suffield, I would likely still be the girl who had to rehearse phone calls and food orders 1,000 times in her head. I am forever grateful for everything this community has done for me, and I'm excited to continue to learn and grow as a person in college. My name is Katie Karen, and I'm a 4-year senior from Suffield, Connecticut. Thank you.